Let me see if I have everything set up properly. Oh, it feels good to be doing something different for once. So we are back in Legends Arceus. And we are gonna go for Shiny Enamorus. To get Shiny Enamorus, you need to complete the Pokemon Home Pokédex. Alright, I'm just checking on my end. I did start a little bit late tonight because there was a lot more to set up than I thought. So, I have not touched Legends Arceus in a very long time. I purposely held off on touching this game until I finished the shiny hunts. So, how do I play this game again? Where does it say the last time I saved? No, that says current time. Last time, does it say last time I saved? Did not mean to save. We'll never know. Oh, it says on the bottom left corner. Well, whatever it said there, that was the last time I had the... I already screwed up. What did it even say? What was even the last time I touched this game? Okay, so, ignore the two shinies I have in my team. Oh, by the way, just a little something to show you guys about my Legends Arceus. Where do I do this again? I do not have my Pokédex complete. Not even close. My Pokédex is far from complete. So that means, obviously, I don't have the Shiny Charm. I'm not even at rank 10. Yeah. And to that I ask, what do I need the Shiny Charm for? What do I need the Shiny Charm for? Why do I need the Shiny Charm? What purpose do I need the Shiny Charm for in this game? Now, some of these I traded for, some of these, you know. Some of these were gotten on other files of mine, like this other Ponyta. So, okay, so this is my box of shinies that you cannot catch in the game. Wait, how did it go again? Okay, okay, the last time I played this game was March 27th, 2025. So, I purposely didn't touch this game to prove to you I have not touched this game in a long time. Okay, so this is my box of Hisuian forms or Hisuian evolutions in not Cherish Balls, in Strange Balls. So these prove that I got them from other games. Primarily Scarlet and Violet. Oh, hatching these three took so long. And I also level 100 them all just because, why not? And this is what we put all our work into. Shiny hunting all these legendaries that you cannot catch shiny in this game. So this is my box of shinies that you can catch in this game, but in Strange Balls, meaning they came from other games. I think so, yeah. Wait, now I'm confused. I don't even know what my own train of thinking is. And this is basically my box of shinies you cannot catch in this game. So you see why I didn't shiny hunt for Arceus. One, because I didn't want to, given all the work that needs to go into it. And two, I already have one. And you just cannot catch a Alolan Vulpix in the game, let alone shiny. So you have to get them from another game. So this is my box of shinies that you cannot catch in this game, which includes all of the legendaries that we have been hunting for the past 9 months. And to close off this chapter, we have one more to get, being Enamorus, which is why I consider this a special ending. But before we do anything, I need to see this for myself. First of all, I need to get used to playing this game again. How do I play this game? Okay, let me see. Check summary. What moves does this thing know? Okay, it does know Shadow Force. Good. Oh, I clearly don't... Oh. How do I uncrouch? How do I uncrouch? Okay. I clearly don't know how to play this game anymore. How do I return you to your Pokeball? There you go. Nope, that's not how you run in this game. Can you tell it's been a long time since I played this game? Okay, I need to see this for myself before we start. I've seen footage of this online, but I need to see this for myself. How do I play this game again? No, that's not how you run. Okay, I just need something to be my victim here. I need to see for myself if this is really the case. If I use Shadow Force on a shiny Giratina... Wait, it didn't work. Unless I need to change Giratina's form. Do I even have the item for that? Wait, how do I run from this battle? B. Can I even check my... Oh, wait, it's not even here. Or is it in key items? I don't know how to play this game anymore. Did I ever even get the item? I don't see it. Is there even a key items in this game? Well, yeah, there is. Okay, now that we have it like this, let's try this again. That's not how you run in this game. I need to see if this actually is the case. Alright, so if I now use Shadow Force, it does. It does crash the game. Origin form shiny Giratina using Shadow Force does crash the game. It actually does. I can't believe it actually works. And it has never been fixed. You were never meant to get shiny Giratina in this game. Okay, enough fooling around. Let's get to it. So, we are going after shiny Enamorus, which means we need to complete my Pokemon Home Pokedex. First, why do I even have these guys here? Oh, right, these are Alpha. I think I just caught these as Alpha just because I don't even know anymore. Where is my team at? Oh, right, they're all down here. It's been a long time since I've used these guys. I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember getting this team. You know? Playing this game, I don't even remember having this team. I have, like, no memory of my Legends Arceus playthrough. But yeah, it's like, what the hell do I need the Shiny Charm for in this game? Okay, let me go take a look at my items, see what I need. Obviously, I need Pokeballs. Now I don't even know what items I should grab. I probably should put... I was about to say I should probably put these into my box, but I can't because I'm maxed out on those. Well, I clearly don't need this. Oh, that's why I have it in here. Never mind. I think, I don't know. I think we'll just go as is, because I don't remember how to play this game anymore. Okay. So, if we take a look right here, if we take a look at my Pokemon Home, and if I go over here, I go down, you can see all of my Pokedexes are complete except for Hisui, because I purposely saved this. I purposely saved this until after the shiny hunts are done. So if we go into my Hisui Dex, you can clearly see there's a lot missing. Well, actually there's not too many. 185 out of 242, that's not that bad. So, as you can see, these are the ones that we are missing. A lot of trade evolutions, evolutions. Some of these are easy to find. I just gotta remember where they are. But there's a couple of notable ones here that I just never got. I never worked on. Some of the notable ones are Spiritomb and Unknown. I never did the Wisps in this game or the Unknowns, because if you take a look at my Pokedex here, let me get rid of this on the screen. If I hit Y, I don't have a single one. This is why I purposely did not touch this game ever since last year. So yes, we have a lot of work to do. We need every single evolution. We need some of the trade evolutions like Golem, Alakazam, even though isn't there a static alpha Alakazam? You know, something interesting I thought about the link cable in this game, the item you can use to trade evolutions on your own. I guess in modern day Pokemon, they figured they have the technology to trade, so they no longer need the ancient relic of an item that is the trade link, whatever it is. Alright, so yeah, a couple of things that I'm missing. I'm kind of surprised some of these I never got. Like, seriously? Some of these are very easy to get. Some are going to be a little more of a pain. But yeah, we got some work ahead of us. At least it's not the entire Pokedex I'm missing. And you know what? Speaking of which, I wanted to show you guys this. So, see how all of my Pokedexes here are complete? Well, that also includes down here Pokemon Go. As of this moment, my Pokemon Go, Pokemon Home Pokedex is complete. What a sentence. My Pokemon Home, Pokemon Go Pokedex is complete. There are a couple of things missing. Well, as of right now, there's nothing missing. The only thing missing... The only things that are missing are the ones that cannot send to Pokemon Home, which are Spinda, Zygarde, and Eternatus, and every other empty spot just aren't released in Pokemon Go yet. So I just wanted to flex this on you guys as well, the fact that my Pokemon Home Pokemon Go Dex is complete to the fullest as of this very moment. The most recent Pokemon released into Pokemon Go, as of this moment, was Flamigo. So just wanted to show you guys this as well, a little small flex that, yes, my Pokemon Home Dex for Pokemon Go is also complete. So all of my Pokedexes are complete, except for Hisui. So let's get working on this. So aside from that, I have pulled up in front of me a whole list of where all the Wisps are. The Wisps. So let's get started. I don't even know how many I have. I may have collected like one or two, but I just never collected any as I ran across them. So let's go take a look. I see here there's one behind the building. There are 4 remaining in this area. Oh, okay, so at least that's nice. They give some sort of counter. So yeah, today took a little bit of time to set up. I had to set up the connection with my phone to show you guys Pokemon Home. I also had to... I'll be honest, I kind of forgot to send all those shiny legendaries to the Switch and put them into Legends Arceus, so I kind of forgot to do that. Let me see. I also need to find where all these locations are. It's one to see where they are, but I also got to go into the game and find where they are too. I see this one is behind a house that has some towels hanging to dry. And I also need to have a separate screen in front of me telling me where all the things I need to go and collect are, where all the wisps are, where all the unknowns are, and then periodically I gotta look up where some Pokemon locations are. Okay, where the hell is this, that's not how you turn the camera in this game. Where the hell is that? Behind the training grounds. Training grounds is this way. I also want to mention that today in Pokemon Go was the Oricorio Master Catch Day, whatever it was. I got 3 shiny Oricorios, and I managed to get 1 hundo. 1 hundo. Oh, you're kidding. I really can't? I see the towels there, but I don't see the wisp. I did already have 1 collected in this area, but I'm still gonna go back there and double check. Oh, no. See, it's a good thing I came back to here to double check. Okay, next one. Does time even pass here in Jubilife Village? I think there's 108 altogether. Because that makes sense for Spiritomb, 108. So there's one behind the Craft Works. Craft Works. Well, I know crafting is over here. Aha. You know, I never looked up these wisps. I never looked up where to find them, because I never found them. So, this is all new to me. I don't know where any of these are. We will find them all together. In the alley of houses on the left of the village. Left of the village. Where's the map again? Okay, it is the minus button. Left of the village. In the alley of houses. So over here, I think. Thankfully, you don't have to collect them all at nighttime, so that's nice. Okay, so there's one more here. And there are ads as I watch this to try to find where all the wisps are. And then to the far left of the crop fields. Crop fields far to the far left. So over here. Alright, at least there's an indication that you've collected them all. You know, unlike certain other games. And it's also like, damn, as if I hadn't done enough going around and collecting things with the Koroks recently. I got to do this as well. Okay, so that's all the wisps in Jubilife, so let's head on over to the, you know, the Great Beyond. Well, that sounds like we're dying, never mind. To the Great Wilderness, I should say. Oh, wait, there's more over here. Wait, we're not leaving just yet, because we need to go down to where the docks are. Yeah, we need to go down here. There's some stuff down here as well. By the dock. By the dock, by the dock. Dock is this way. So is it her I talked to? Are you the... I don't know. By the dock, it kind of looks like this is the spot. So this might be one I've already collected. I think this is the only wisp that's in this area. Yeah, it's right in front of this tree. Alright, so let's head to the Obsidian Fieldlands. Oh, great. Of course there is a massive mass outbreak happening right now. Damn, part of me wants to go to all of them, see what shinies I could find. But I probably shouldn't. So, okay, so we're gonna... Given the fact that I've collected none of these, I pretty much should have, well, none of them collected. So, let's just go ahead and collect them all. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to collect them all tonight. Like, all in one sitting. We'll try. That's not how you... That's not how you glide forward. You dash. Are you serious? Okay, 18 more in this area. See, it's nice that they have a counter. They actually did something right compared to Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild. I just pulled up to stream on my phone. Okay, let's see. Next one. Windswept Run. I pretty much have to wait until... Okay, so next one is over here. See, this is why it's gonna be so hard. Me doing this, me focusing on catching things, but only, you know, for now, going out and collecting. And talk about the shows! Because of course I'm gonna go over the shows as I'm doing this. Can I pick this up? Thank you. It kind of sucks that they don't show up until you get close enough, but, well, what can you really do? Okay, let's see. The next one, Romanus Island. Wasn't I just there? Well, no, it's not there, but it still counts. So, I need to go all the way down here. Anyway, so this isn't going to make any sense, since it's going to be rather disconnected. But I'm still going to do it anyways. Because it makes sense with context. So, let's talk about the let's talk about the shows. Which is another reason why I was pretty late tonight. I also had to try my best to watch them as quick as I can. Oh, right. There's actually fall damage in this game. Where's the wisp? Where's the goddamn wisp? There it is. And you actually lose items in this game if you get knocked out. So, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Alright, so we have Oshinoko Season 3, Episode 4, I believe. And then we have... Let's see. We have the next episode of Monarch. Episode... 5. Episode 5, and then the third episode of Wonder Man. Let's see, this one here is located... Why is this order so out of whack? Now I gotta go all the way up here. Like, around... I don't know, somewhere around this area. Alright, so let's first talk about Oshinoko. This was a big episode. This was a really big episode. Episode 4 of Season 3. Okay, where's that wisp at? Man, is this game janky to play. Okay, where is this wisp? It looks on top. Looks on... Oh, there it is. So we continue to see the aftermath of Aqua confronting Ruby about, you know, how much she had to play in all of this, how much she manipulated, was the mastermind behind all of it. And, I gotta say, I really like... maybe that's not the best way to phrase it, but I do like the direction Ruby's character is going. Considering beforehand we really didn't see anything with Ruby, and now she's become so cold and calculating. Like she finally has some sort of volume to her character. So yeah, Ruby reveals that she was inspired by Aqua's actions. Did I just hear something? I didn't just hear the shiny noise, did I? I don't think so. I think the jingle in the background is kind of telling me, no, you did not just hear that. Did I? I don't think so. Anyway, so yeah, Ruby pretty much did plot everything, and then the way some of the things happened were just a happy coincidence. So, you know, she learned about some of the mismanagement that the show was having, and she used that to her advantage. Some things used her... What? She used some things to her advantage, like inviting Maya to the show, knowing that, well, she would probably get done dirty, cause a stir online, pretty much get hordes of fans to cancel and boycott the show over outrage of their favorite influencer online. And in doing so, she was able to, you know, rectify it all. She was able to solve all the problems. Why would she want to do that? Well, we actually saw the director was thanking Ruby, like, oh, you really saved my life, Thector. You really saved my back. Is there anything I can do to repay you? Oh, there actually is. Involve me in more of your projects. Wow, she is one calculating girl. You know, she was given a piece of advice. Be kind to the assistant director, because one day they themselves will be the directors. But Ruby doesn't have any need for that anymore, because now she can go straight to the director himself. Aqua, he's not very pleased with this. You know, he almost tries to warn Ruby the way I was doing things. You know, all it did was lead me towards, and then she just cuts him off there. Aqua even points out, didn't you want to be in this industry as someone genuine and loving? This is the exact opposite of what you wanted yourself to be. Are you really happy with lying your way up to the top like this? And Ruby shuts him down instantly, reminding him, don't forget, brother, Mom was a liar too. She hid the fact that she had children just to continue her career in this industry. You know, she also hints towards the fact that she knows why Aqua was doing what he's doing, but once again, there's a lot of layers to this. The fact that Aqua doesn't know why she's doing this, Aqua kind of is just assuming that, you know, she just wants to reach the top without the idea of vengeance in her mind, but Ruby doesn't know that Aqua has renounced vengeance. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, I thought that was a satchel. Never mind, that's just wood. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. There's a wisp somewhere here? Wait, where was this? This looks higher up. There it is. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? And you know what? Ruby's plan actually works. Because we get this narration telling us about Ruby's success, and we see that another 6 months has passed. And in those 6 months, Ruby has been booked to the gills with all these roles and offerings and shoots. Like, she really is working her way up the industry. And we know exactly why she's working her way up the industry. Yeah, but, you know, 6 months has passed, still. Which means a whole year has passed since Season 2. Because remember, beginning of Season 3, it's been 6 months since the ending of Season 2. And now another 6 months has passed, so it's been a year since the end of Season 2. Aqua has been vengeance-free for a whole year. Okay, where is this next one? Next one, okay, it's around here. This one, oh, that way. I don't know, we see exactly how everyone is dealing with Ruby's sudden boom of success. We also see, in an interview, Ruby has officially announced the fact that B. Kamachi will indeed perform at the Tokyo Dome. Now remember, we learned earlier in Season 3 by those nerds that you need to be one of the biggest K-pop groups to be able to perform at the Tokyo Dome. You need to have, you know, you need to fill those seats. And given the scale the brand new B. Kamachi is, yeah, they're nowhere close. Or were they? Perhaps they are now, because 6 months later, their YouTube channel went from 30,000 subs to just at the cusp of 1 million subs. And like I said, Ruby has been gaining tons of popularity. You are kidding me with this game, right? I've been playing too much Breath of the Wild. So yeah, we see everyone kind of coping with Ruby's influx of success. We see Kana and Memcho, they may be a little bit jealous that she's kind of the face, and you know, I can't blame them. You know, Memcho is like, man, this YouTube channel of ours has already surpassed my own channel in subscribers. Not gonna lie, that's gotta sting a bit, I imagine. Well, at least these wisps are much quicker to get compared to the Koroks. We also see Mayako. Mayako pretty much being the manager for Ruby. And, you know, the fact that she is just completely booked, but she needs to see if there's any space for her to... anything to happen. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the damn wisp? It's on a flat surface, so where would that be? Oh, there it is. All the way down there. Aye. You are kidding me. This game. Oh, I lost 100 apricorns? I really gotta save the game every time I get one of these wisps, because I'm not used to playing this game anymore, so, wait, there's a button to put them all in at once. Whatever. Well, it's a little bit late, but I'll save it now. Oh, I didn't even pick up the wisp while I was there. You know, she's super busy and super exhausted now that she has to manage all of Ruby's books and gigs. Bookings and gigs, I should say. You know, Mayako mentions Ichijo, and maybe that kind of told Aqua who exactly has been the mastermind behind Ruby's actions recently. So he actually tracks down Ichijo. How? Well, Aqua claims that, what, once a week on her day off or whatever, Ruby disappears, not telling anyone. And so, Aqua just followed her. I mean, it's a pretty simple explanation, honestly. So they talk. Let's get to the good stuff. So yeah, Ichijo has been the one responsible for pretty much guiding Ruby on everything that she's doing. You know, Aqua assumes that he wants to get back into being an idol management, so why not just return to Strawberry Productions? But he's just like, no, clearly that's not my intention. My intention, come on, you should know better than anyone. I need to kill that piece of shit who killed I. And you would assume that Aqua would immediately tell him, but no, they hold the suspense for a little bit later. Where's the wisp? Where is it? Down here maybe? No? So yeah, it's like, why does Ichijo want the same... Oh, there it is. Why does Ichijo want vengeance just like Aqua? You know, it's not like I was his mother. But Ichijo, he saw I as like a daughter, which was really sweet. But finally, Aqua tells Ichijo, well, I found someone who shares DNA with me, and it turns out our father is dead. So there is no revenge to go after, no vengeance to seek. There's no one to hunt down, because he's dead. So you should move on with your life too. And well, Ichijo just laughs in his face. Because, like, finally, I figured out what this loophole is. Ever since Season 2, I've been thinking. What could possibly be the... What could possibly be the little, like, thing that Aqua overlooked? What could it possibly be? Because I just could not figure it out. And finally, hearing it out loud is like, yeah, why didn't I think of that? Oh yeah, that does make sense. So when Ichijo just laughs in Aqua's face, he tells him, that's not possible because the timeline doesn't track. You see, the man you believe is your father because of sharing the same DNA with the person you tested with. What? It's like somewhere over here, somewhere south. You didn't think that the woman... Well, first of all, Ichijo's just like, he died before you even moved. You, your sister, and I, he died before you all moved, so the timeline doesn't make sense. There's no way he can be your father if he doesn't... There's no way he can be the killer if he died and, you know, didn't know where you were living. So he's not your father. But how? How can that possibly be the case? Well, you didn't consider that his wife could have had a kid that wasn't her husband's? She could have been having an affair and had a kid with someone else. And, yeah. Wow, why didn't I think of that? That is exactly the loophole that Aqua didn't think about. I mean, honestly, why would he think about that? But you know what? Very clever for Akane, because she figured it out too. Even Ichigo, or Ichijo, whatever. Even he figured it out on the spot. So, yeah, that makes sense. If the woman had a kid with another man, Aqua's real father, that would explain it. Whether it be... Okay, there's two options here. The woman had 2 kids with Aqua's father. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense either. Never mind. Never mind, there's only one option. Because, if you think about it, if you do a DNA test, I don't think it specifies which parent you share the DNA with, right? I don't think it does. So, same father, 2 different women. They share DNA. They share sibling DNA. Or they're parental. They share parental DNA, I should say. So yeah, that's a very clever loophole that I never thought about. And now that I know, I'm thinking to myself, why didn't I think of that? Yeah, that does make sense. Why didn't I think of that? So Aqua, he realizes, no, that can't be. No, there has to be something overlooked here. I just got the chance to move on with my life, actually start living again. Where is this wisp at? You know, it'd be really nice if they popped in a little bit sooner, you know? I don't have to get that close to find them. You kidding me? Maybe now I remember why I didn't play this game for so long. That's not the one I meant to go into. Or pull out, whatever. So yeah, we know how Aqua is. How vengeance has consumed him. So now that he has had pointed out to him that his vengeance, his quest for vengeance is not over yet, he's kind of been bamboozled. He kind of goes crazy. he sits in a park. There it is. He sits on a park bench randomly, in the rain alone, and he starts hearing voices. He starts hearing the voice of not only his younger self, but also his previous self, the doctor. Those voices are telling him, "You thought it was over? No, this is a good thing. You can finally find him and, you know, deal swift justice to him." But yeah, the voices in his head are telling him to continue his little quest for vengeance. Well, we know how Aqua goes crazy thinking about this. And poor Kana, too, because she really felt the wrath of that, because, you know, she's just driving by, or she was in a car driving by. She asked for the car to stop, because she looked out the window and just saw Aqua alone on a bench in the rain. So she asked the car to stop so she can get out and go to him. And because Aqua, all he hears are the voices in his head, and he's kind of going crazy, he just screams, "Shut up," not even hearing Kana's voice next to him. And then, so he just swings, and unfortunately, Kana takes the hit. And Kana takes it the wrong way. She's just like, "Did I do something to make you hate me that much? I'm sorry." And then she just gets up and runs away and leaves, leaving her umbrella behind too. And I'm just like, dude, go after her. But he doesn't. And I'm just thinking, wait, you can't, can you? Now that you know there is still a killer out there, she could be in more danger than ever if you get close to her. So you can't run after her, can you? You can't explain yourself to her, can you? Well, anyway, so that's all the wisps in this area, so let's get going. What the hell? Because I didn't mention this. Earlier in the episode, when Aqua was talking to Ruby, she herself mentions that there would be nasty people out there who would watch Ai take pictures of her when she would just meet up with an old friend of hers, post it online. That would cause scandals, like, "Oh, she has a boyfriend. She's a slut," as people would wrongfully accuse her of being online. Anyways, I think up next is the Crimson Mirelands? Yeah, Crimson Mirelands. So yeah, it kind of makes sense why Aqua wouldn't go after her. Alright, let's see. Oh, hold on. The battery's running low on the laptop, so I gotta charge it. And yes, my laptop is dead. Like, it just won't turn on anymore. It is completely unusable anymore. So what laptop am I speaking of in front of me? Did I get a new one? Well, actually, no. I have with me the work laptop. So I just snatched the laptop from work, and I just use this as my main laptop now. It's bittersweet, you know? But it is what it is. Alright, the laptop's plugged in. Let's see, where is this first wisp at? So, Aqua has a lot to process. He actually gets a phone call from Akane, who tells him that, hey, tomorrow night there's an award show happening where she has been nominated for an award, like Best Upcoming Rookie Actor. She wants Aqua to be there. Obviously, she would want her boyfriend to be there to support her and be there for her big moment. But Aqua just, I can't believe, like, bad timing is bad timing. Aqua just goes like, "I'm sorry. I don't really feel like seeing anyone right now." And thankfully, Akane is understanding. She doesn't push and question why. But damn, her fears were right on the money, too. She's just like, Aqua, you know, according to his sister, Aqua wasn't always like this. And ever since he has been delusional and oblivious to the truth, you know, he's becoming who he was meant to be, his true self. Someone who's kind and happy and smiles. So Akane really hoped that Aqua would continue to stay oblivious, just so he can, you know, be happy, be a normal person, live his life. So, did I just... Were there... Oh, what the... But yeah, her fears... Wow, her fears were right on the money, too. Anyway, so it's the next day. Her award show is happening. She gets the award, and then she has a dinner with her producers, her managers, her casting agent, whoever these people are. Oh yeah, but before the dinner, she sees a lot of flowers that were given to her, like a whole lot of flowers, and she sees someone walk by, who she thought was Aqua. Okay, this wisp, let's see, it's next to a bed of flowers on a tree. Bed of flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. I don't see flowers on the map. This... Wait, it's higher up. It's more north. Which way is north? Oh, there it is. It's that tree. This tree. But yeah, she notices someone walk by with blonde hair, slim figure, really thought it was Aqua. But it's like, no, that can't be him. Anyway, so yeah, during the dinner, damn, even her casting agent or producer, like, whatever, even the person there was just like, damn, yeah, I really didn't want to cast her too, given how she looked during her show, and how much, what's the word I'm looking for? Controversy, that's it. How much controversy there was behind her. But you know, the performance behind her eyes. He knew it was the right call to cast her in the end. This was like, damn, that's kind of weird to say, especially right in front of her. Somewhere around here. What the hell was that? Where is this? It looks high up. Is it here? There it is. So they mentioned that her acting kind of resembles someone else, someone really talented they had once, and she's just like, oh really? I would love to see them act. Do you have any footage? We may have some old archive footage of his rehearsals. So Akane watches it, even gets her notebook ready to take notes like her typical self. But then she noticed, hey, it's him again. It's the same guy, it's the same blonde guy, who really looks like Aqua. Wait a second. This blonde guy who looks a lot like Aqua, wasn't he also acting around the same time I was back then? You know, Aqua's mother? Wait. If he was acting alongside her around the time, and he looks a lot like Aqua, what if I, at the time, was taking notes from her? And then it turns out she pieces it together again. She pieces together, wait, it's him. Because however she did it, I don't know. She is too clever for even me to understand how clever she is. Bruh, Twitch keeps pausing the stream since the tab is not in focus. Huh? Is there something going on? It's in the background? I don't know. Is there something going on that I need to do on my end? What's going on? Is there something I need to do? No, it's Twitch is just being a bitch? Alright. But yeah, I don't entirely understand how Akane figured it out, because she figured out that somehow Aqua's father was able to... Like, he basically leaked Ai's location, doxing her, revealing to her that she had kids, his kids, pissing off the fan and causing Ai's death. So, I don't know how she figured it out, but she did. Clever girl, very clever. She figured out that this piece of trash is the true culprit. This human filth is the father to Aqua and Ruby. And as she's watching the footage of him act, her eyes just get more and more soulless as she pieces together this human scum. I'm watching the footage of this monster right here. This is Aqua's father, Hiraki Kamiki, if I said his name right. That horrible, horrible person. We finally got the name of this douchebag, and for the first time we even see his face too. Albeit, we see his face in the old footage, when he was, according to the footage, and according to Akane, 15 and a half years old. So if that's really the case, you have to keep in mind. So, Ruby and Aqua are 16, but that was anywhere from 6 months to a year ago, so they're around 16 to 17, meaning Ai's death happened 16 to 17 years ago. And we know 16 to 17 years ago, she had kids at the age of 16. Wait, is that right? No. Wait, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Regardless of what I'm babbling about, Akane knows that during that time, when the two of them met, on the set, I was 16 and this guy was only 15 and a half. I'm not gonna say too much, but like, holy shit. Dude had more riz when he was 15 and a half than I'd have in my whole lifetime. For him to be able to snag some tail at that age, like, with someone older, nonetheless. I mean, like half a year older, but it still counts. Look at that, a wisp that we can actually see from the distance. It thinks I'm not watching because it's in the background, so it pauses to save them money. But yeah, this was a big episode. This was a big, big episode. We finally learned the goddamn loophole that I have been losing sleep over for the past year because I just couldn't figure it out. And we finally not only learned the name, but also see the face of this human filth. Ooh, the plot thickens. The plot is very thickening. What? So now, I wonder where we're heading. You know, something I like about this show is the fact that the plot moves forward so fast, especially when you least expect it. Like this murder mystery, this serial killer mystery, I kind of didn't expect it to play out this quick, this quote-unquote quick. We're in season 3. But like this kind of feels like an end of season reveal, not episode 4. So where the hell are we gonna go the rest of the season? Well, you also have to keep in mind that Aqua only just found out that his father's alive. He doesn't know who he is, where he is. Akane, she figured it all out. She knows his name, she knows his face, but is she gonna say anything? Probably not, because Akane also doesn't know that Aqua has gained back his vengeance. Like, there's just so many layers to this, it's kind of mind-blowing. This character knows this, that character knows that, and if that character were to know this, then the show would be over. But that's just not the show. I don't know, there better be a damn good payoff at the end of the story, where, you know, all these secrets kind of come together, almost kind of collide together. All the secrets get exposed, everyone learns everything, and then there's a huge sort of plot that happens. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where the show is going, because right now, it's thickening. The plot is very thick. What am I even saying anymore? But you know, poor Kana, you know, she's left out in all of this. Can you imagine for just a moment if both Ruby and Aqua joined forces to work together to find their father? And what if they team up with Ichijo as well, since he wants to kill that piece of shit as well? Like, 3 minds are better than 1. Man, I still can't believe I never figured that out. All this time, I never figured out what that loophole is. What that oversight is. This whole time, I never figured it out. And now that I've heard it, it's like, yeah, why didn't I think of that? I mean, it's not as obvious as you would think, at least I hope. Otherwise, I'm just an absolute idiot who never figured it out. It's a good thing I'm not a detective as a career. You know? It's a damn good thing, because not everyone can be Benoit Blanc. Oh, I like this part of the music. So, yeah, I don't know what this guy's motive is either. We know he's borderline a serial killer. He killed Ai, and then we also saw him kill another poor woman at the end of Season 2. And, I don't know, the show is kind of leading you to think he might be after some of our characters. Because we see constantly the show depicting him as watching Ruby perform, and he was present when Akane was receiving her reward, wasn't he? Like, he was there at the actual award ceremony. He didn't say hi to her, he didn't approach her, but he was close enough to the point Akane recognized him to a degree, mistake him for Aqua. I don't know, the show is kind of hinting that he might be after them as well. Maybe he just has an insatiable bloodlust. Now he's after more victims. And he clearly doesn't seem like he has any remorse for it. Remember at the end of Season 2 when he killed that other woman? Didn't he have a smile on his face when he did it? Alright, so this one is where the Alpha Sliggoo is, but where is the Alpha Sliggoo at? Alpha Sliggoo right over here. You guys good? You guys enjoying this so far? It's something different, isn't it? You enjoying the fact that this is something different? We're finally done with the shiny hunts. We're actually playing a game for once. It's not a new game, but it's something different. And don't worry, I know we're supposed to be catching Pokemon, but this contributes. This is something I need to do as well, so don't worry. We'll go out into the wilderness and catch Pokemon afterwards as well. Anyway, so like the main character-wise who are left in the dark so far are Kana and Memcho. Memcho may have an idea of, you know, not wanting... Like, the fact that Aqua fears what happened to I might happen to Kana, so he just won't allow himself to get close to her. So Memcho may have an idea of something totally irrelevant and unrelated, but an idea nonetheless. But poor Kana, she has absolutely no idea what's happening. At all. She has been completely left in the dark. I'm not even moving forward. What a stupid... Oh, I thought for a second there was 2, and then I saw more purple dots, like there's more? Run right past it, why don't you? Okay, up next. Alright, so enough about Oshinoko. Let's talk about the next show. Let's talk about the 5th episode of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. No flashback to the 50s in this episode either. Gotta say, like, as if I haven't noticed this already. I haven't noticed that this show loves its present day plot as well as some sort of flashback. If not to the 50s, then to something else. You know? It feels very Arrow. Remember how for the first 5 seasons of Arrow, we would constantly cut back and forth between present day and like 5 years prior on Lee and Yu? So it kind of feels very Arrow-like. Okay, let's see. This one, where is it? It looks like it's just tucked away in a corner somewhere. so this next one... Anyway, so we see the fact that our characters have been captured by Monarch, and they're being held at a Monarch outpost in Alaska. How convenient. The fact that that's even a thing. They have an outpost right where they need it to be. So they have everyone locked away. I know I heard that one that time. Is that it? I didn't save the game. Don't flee, don't flee, don't flee. I didn't save the game. How do I use Pokeballs again? Yes. Oh, thank goodness. I didn't fail it. Okay, thank goodness. I was really afraid. If that broke out, it could have fled, and I would have failed it. Wow, look at that, we found a shiny. See? What the hell do I need the shiny charm for in this game? No shiny charm, and I already found a random shiny. Wasn't even, perfected either, was it? Oh, no, it was. Never mind. So it's not full odds. But close enough. I do see an STD forming over there. I will go check it, because I do need to continue to work on my Alpha Dex. Well, when that forms. You see, I could have came into this game and worked on my Alpha Dex, but, like I said, I chose not to touch this game to prove I really have not touched this game in a long time. But that time period of me not touching this game has come to an end. Because not only do I have the home Pokedex to complete, I also have my entire Alpha Dex to work on. So in the near future, I will be returning to this game and doing a full Alpha Living Dex. Won't that be fun? Oh, there it is. Alright, one more in this area. Did that sound effect get cut off just now? Where is this one at? Where is it at? You're not showing me where it is. Sounds like a mistake, Alpha Living Dex. Oh, it is. It very much is. And I'm gonna do it anyways. Well, actually, to be honest, I was thinking about doing it for a very long time. Okay, where is this? Okay, all it says here, it doesn't show on the map where. It says Boulder Roll Slope. So it's got to be somewhere around here. But it doesn't show exactly on the map where. But yeah, Legend ZA, I already finished my Alpha Dex in that game, except for 2, which I'm still trying to get, but it's really hard to get the spawn. Gimme Ghoul and Golden Go, or just Gimme Ghoul in general. So I've already completed an Alpha Dex in that game. And well, now that there's more than one game that have alphas, it's like, yeah, it gives me more incentive to come back to this game and actually finish the Alpha Dex. But unlike Legend ZA, getting alphas in this game is significantly slower. I can't just map skip, I gotta actually area reset. Like, I gotta constantly return to the village and then come back out to check if it's alpha, which is a much slower process. That'll be fun. Oh, there it is. Alright. At least we have some reassurance that we collected them all. Wait, let me see if there's any junk to put away. Let me... Who do I talk to again? Well, you're the only other guy here, so I assume I talk to you. Right, so look, we did find a shiny today, a shiny Kricketot. Was this the one... Yeah, this is the one I got from Pokemon Go. I was testing something. This is... Right? Where do I see it? Does it show anywhere? Well, I don't know. If I'm not mistaken, this is a double XL Burmy I got in Pokemon Go. I wanted to send it into this game to see what the size comparison is. In this game compared to alphas, I don't think I have an alpha Burmy, so why did I choose to send an alpha Burmy? Or send a double XL Burmy? I don't know how big this is compared to an alpha Burmy. I'll have to revisit this when I work on my alpha decks. I would leave, but there's an STD forming over here, and I should probably check it out. Just in case. Remember when I did those hunts, and I gave up on them? Good times. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't forgotten about those. I've still thought about doing those. Aren't I crazy? Alright, let me just look up. What space-time distortion spawns happen here? Because there might not be a spawn I need here. I am right now in the Cobalt Coastlands. Or, no. What am I talking about? I'm in the Crimson Mirelands, dumbass. Okay, Crimson Mireland STDs. Random spawn-in of the music. Crimson Mirelands have Porygon, and I do need that alpha. Let me see, I think... Yep, that's the only way to get Porygon in this game. So I do need to get Alpha Porygon in this game. Holy shit. Why am I doing this? There are a handful of alphas that are exclusive to space-time distortions, which will make them very difficult for me to get alpha. Never mind shiny. Well, this is already here. May as well take the opportunity. May as well not waste the chance. Alright, so let's keep talking about these shows. So, yeah. Monarch, our characters are sealed away, locked up in a Alaska Monarch. Yeah, just a Monarch. What's the word I'm looking for? Just an outpost, whatever. And we see May, you know, she's getting the treatment that she needs for her borderline hypothermia leg. And the white lady comes in to speak to her. What was her name again? Well, at least we didn't have to wait too long. Remember, I think we get 3 special encounters here. So you're clearly not an alpha. Would have saved me a whole lot of time if you were. Uh-oh. I don't think Snorlax counts as a special spawn. Nope. Or were you the first one? I don't know anymore. Is this the Midnight City in Invincible, where you enter the city, it instantly turns nighttime? I'm assuming that's... Yeah, that has to be another spawn, so that's 2. It's hard to tell. Wait a second. Let me look at something real quick. Give me just a second. Just a second, folks, I swear. Give me just a moment. Okay. Let me take a look one more time. I had to set that back up. I kind of turned that off. Oh, not here. Let me go. Hisui Pokedex? Aren't I missing this? Oh, nope. No, I'm not. It's a good thing I checked, because I have the entire Porygon line done. Somehow. I think it was that shiny one in my party. Okay, so good to know. I do not need to catch these. I was thinking, I have these in front of me. Shouldn't I catch them? No, I don't need them. Great. I already lost count. I think I've only seen 2 Porygons. Though I may have seen 3. Anyway, so Tim is vouching for Kate and Kentaro. Considering that these are Hiroshi Ronda's kids. These are Bill and Keiko Ronda's grandkids. This is their legacy. Monarch is their legacy. It's like, oh, he almost said it. He almost said the title of the show. Anyway, so yeah, May is getting paid a visit by, I see her name is Deval. I swear, we haven't heard her name said out loud yet. So I had to look up the character's name. Where, you know, she's aware that May, someone smart like you probably have backups of these hard drives saved somewhere, right? We can help each other. You know, when you discover a new species, you're typically allowed to name the new species yourself. Should we name it, you know, after you, May, or should we name it Lyda, whatever her last name was, Lyda Williams or whatever? So, like, May isn't her real name. May has another identity. Okay, there's nothing in there for us. Let's get going. So, you know, almost kind of like blackmail. Who spotted me? Sorry, something just popped up. So anyways, yeah, Tim is vouching for them, so they actually have the idea, why don't let's use them, you know? So Tim kind of just sets them free. he takes them to the Alaska airport, gives them boarding passes, gives them new passports, gives them some money as well. It's like, damn, that was fast. You were able to print them a brand new passport. You were able to provide them a flight that you had to pay for and book. It's like, wow, I know it's Alaska, and Alaska probably isn't, that crazy with flight bookings, but still, it's like, you book a flight, you have to book those weeks, if not months in advance. And you were able to get them a plane ticket that quick. For all the good that was worth, because, they're completely pissed off at Tim, despite kind of seeming like a nice guy. Okay, now let's head to the Cobalt Coastlands. I don't think I'm going to be able to get all these wisps tonight. Which is fine. Next time we'll do the rest of the wisps as well as the unknowns. So there's one over here at Goo Lagoon. Oh. Wait, how'd that happen? Let me turn that off in case that happens again. I don't know how that happened. Oh, look at that. There's a wisp right there. I probably shouldn't pick it up just to be safe. There's only so many in these areas, but I'll just follow the guide just to be safe. Don't want to get confused now, do we? Then again, like I said, one positive about this game compared to like Breath of the Wild is that at least there's an indicator you've gotten them all in an area. So they're debating to go back to Tokyo to continue their lives, but instead they decide, hey, let's head to Los Angeles, because there's actually Hiroshi's office there. Maybe he has more information there. They already found stuff in Hiroshi's office in Tokyo. Maybe his office in Los Angeles has information. So yeah, they decide to go back to Los Angeles. Is there not one here? Or is there another small little island around here that I'm missing? Did I already get this one, I wonder? No, it's not on this one. I may have already gotten this one at some point. At least I really hope I did. Alright, so next one is Ginkgo Landing. Which is right where we started. Motherfuck. And of course I never picked this one up. Why would I? Okay, the next one is the one we just passed by. So we see Lee Shaw is left behind in Alaska, and he is interrogated by the current almost head of Monarch, Director Verdugo, as it's pronounced, not Vertigo, Verdugo. You know, she seems nice enough, but she's also still a boss who needs information and still needs to get what she needs. So, Let's see. So throughout the episode, we do flash back to G-Day -2, so 2 days prior to G-Day, where we meet, and we also see the fact that Kate, she had a girlfriend, because of course she did. Of course she isn't straight. Why would she? Like, of course she had a girlfriend. Wow, it's like... Anyway, so yeah. G-Day -2, 2 days before G-Day. She was meeting her girlfriend. Actually, I'm going way ahead in the plot. You know what? We'll come back to this. So we see our characters arrive at San Francisco. It's like, wow, you guys, that was a quick flight. Alaska to San Francisco. Wait, this isn't even where I need to be. I need to be over there. So as they arrive to the San Francisco airport, where we also see a wide shot of the Golden Gate Bridge still in ruins, still destroyed, which makes sense, it's only been a year. Oh wait, there was a wisp on that island, and I just completely went right past it. What the hell? So they get picked up by some guy named James. And, you know, he's a work friend of Kate's mom, Caroline, as we learn her name to be. There it is. Seriously? Man, this game is clunky. So yeah, James picks them up in like a green U-Haul, drives them over to Kate's home, where she unfortunately has to break the news to her mom that she has a secret brother. Her husband has been cheating on her. And, well, she tries to soften the blow and tries to sugarcoat it, but she does not. Mom, this is Kentaro Randa. Well, you asked me what I found in Japan. And, well, she tries to take it as best as she can. You know, she's nice enough to invite them in, and we learn that Caroline, Kate's mom, works for FEMA. She helps collect lost debris throughout the attack and, you know, wreckage. And she just has to take a lot of it home. Just because there's too much, not enough space for it all. She's trying her best to hold herself together after learning the fact that her husband ain't shit. Oh. You know, she kind of yells at Kentaro, even though it wasn't his fault. She's just going through a lot. Kentaro just tries to help. So, the two of them, they go to... Kentaro and May, they go to Kate's room to leave Kate alone with her mom for a second. And, you know, we learned that it was actually Caroline who pushed her daughter to go all the way to Japan to kind of just move on with life, because she's been traumatized by the fact that those kids died right in front of her during G-Day on the bridge. So she wanted her daughter to get out there and just learn something about her father, like do something. Ever since her father just left and vanished. But Kate also reveals to her that Dad's alive. He did not die in Alaska. And we're gonna find him. They need to go to his office, but, you know, that's gonna be pretty difficult considering his business office is at the center of a red zone. So that place has been closed off, and, you know, there has been looting, but looters kind of get detained. They even get shot sometimes, so it's very much a bad idea. But that's not going to stop them. Anyway, so they hatch a plan. Caroline and James are going to sneak them in back behind the truck of theirs. And I gotta say, their poker face is horrible. They immediately folded. They really gave off the face like, yeah, we're hiding something back here. And through sheer luck, and the fact that Caroline bribed her friend, you know, the person at the gate, he's like, here's our badges, and a little something for your trouble. She just shouts to the people who are about to open the back of the truck and completely expose their characters. Like, hey, what's the holdup? These guys are free to go without inspection. Anyway, so yeah, they have basically the whole night to get to the building, explore, see what they need, and then make it back at like 8 a.m. because the gate closes at 8:15. So they have one night to make it to the building, through all the wreckage, and then make it back on time. We also see small conversations between Lee Shaw and, you know, shit, what was her name again? It was really pronounced. It was Verdugo. Yeah, Vertigo. Where she claims they are trying to help, but Lee is just like, bullshit. You had 60 years to prepare for G-Day, and your best answer was to just let them fight? And you know what? He poses a really good question. What if Godzilla lost? You know? What if Godzilla lost? What then? I'm trying to find where this next wisp is. Oh, there it is. I'm just making sure, yeah. Making sure I didn't miss one somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, throughout searching the debris of the destroyed San Francisco, at least a red zone of it, we constantly flash back to a year ago, which would be 2 days before G-Day, where we see Kate and her girlfriend, because of course she's not straight. And I think we also learned later on that her name is Danny. It's like, couldn't you... You can't... What is it with these shows giving lesbian characters such non-feminine names? I know Danny is probably short for something like Danielle, but like, come on now. You couldn't have given her. You couldn't have at least given her a more feminine name, like I don't know, Jennifer, Ashley. I don't know, something. Calling her Danny. Fucking kidding me. Anyways. So yeah, they were getting ready to move in together. Danny even gave Kate a key. So we do see that Kate is indeed a teacher for a school. They walk by the wreckage of the school she used to teach at. We also see that there's a lot of cats in the wreckage. And that actually worked to their favor, too. But yeah, there are a bunch of soldiers just patrolling the area, searching for anyone who are looting. And I'm kind of thinking, like, what's the big deal? You know? All this wreckage, who cares if people are looting? Like, why are you detaining and even potentially killing, like shooting looters? Like, who cares? I get that FEMA is combing through the wreckage, collecting lost remains, and trying their best to return it to them, but like shooting the looters, I think that's a bit far. Isn't there one here? Well, this might be one I collected at some point in the past. I haven't been paying attention how many more I have left. Once again, it's not showing where the last one is on the map, so I kind of have to go and find it myself. Oh, never mind. It did show. So, the tiny little island up here. Man, my controls are all over the place. Oh, there's one. Well, great. Now I don't know which one I missed. Oh, never mind. There's one. Wait, that wasn't it. There was one more. There's one on the island, on Fire Spit Island. I'm trying to talk about the episode as I'm doing this, and it's a lot, you know? It's not just pressing the same button over and over anymore. Kinda sucks you can't turn the camera as you're doing this. Did I just see it? No, I didn't. I might not have enough time to talk about Wonder Man tonight, just because I've just been babbling for too long. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see throughout G-Day, or the time leading up to G-Day. So Kate was a teacher, and on the day of G-Day, you know, her students are in class watching on their iPhone footage of Godzilla, but a lot of people at the time were thinking, you know, this has to be fake. It's some sort of conspiracy theory by the government. But you know it's serious when other staff members are telling your teacher, Miss Randa, like, we're keeping a close monitor on this. We're gonna be prepared if the school has to close. It's like, oh, this might be serious. So as we constantly flash back, we also see that in present day, Kate is reminiscing on that day, flashing back to that day, getting completely swarmed by PTSD. You know, she starts seeing things in the past, like, she even takes it out on her brother, thinking about when her father left them after G-Day. So, no surprise, they do get found by the army guys, but they have to run for it. Well, first of all, Kentaro had this idea to use the cats as a distraction, like, oh, it's just cats again. Well, crap. There should be one right here, but I clearly don't see one, so I missed one somewhere. Alright, I gotta go through all of the locations again. I did get the one here in the middle, right? That's the first one I went to. Man, this always happens to me. Every time I go do one of these fetch quests, I always miss one. It happened recently when I was doing the Koroks, all 900, and I missed one somewhere again. It always happens. Okay, yes, obviously I got this one. So anyways, yeah, they get spotted by the soldiers, they run, because otherwise they might be detained or shot. And so they run down to the abandoned subway tunnels. And, wow, this is mad coincidental, mad convenient. As Kentaro was about to sacrifice himself, make himself a distraction so that his sister and May can get away, a lot of other people run away. It kind of seems like a lot of homeless people were still living in the subway. It's like, wow, how convenient. So yeah, anyways, Kate is kind of going crazy. She's kind of losing her mind. So Kentaro volunteers to go forward to try to find a way out, because they're kind of cornered into a abandoned subway tunnel right now. So, we kind of see exactly what else happened during G-Day. Like, these are events that happened at the exact same time as the first Godzilla movie in 2014. So, while, you know, Ford was searching for his wife and son, in the wreckage of Godzilla attacking San Francisco, we also see what else was happening. We see that Kate was trying her best to help evacuate the school. So all the kids were being boarded onto the school bus, and her girlfriend, Danny, she was going to stay with other students in the gym until their parents showed up. And for some stupid reason, only buses and whatnot were being allowed across the bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge. Ain't that stupid? Wait, where is this one? Did I get this one? No, I know I got that one. That one's right at the beginning. Crossing Slope. Wait a second. Where's this one? Wait, did I get this one? Crossing Slope. Did I pick this one up? So yeah, Kate had a choice. Was she going to borderline chaperone these kids on the bus? Or was she going to stay back with her girlfriend Danny? I think I did pick this one up, because obviously it's not here. Damn. Okay, let me check this area again. And, well, we kind of see what else Kate was doing. Because G-Day -1. So 1 day before G-Day, Kate wakes up after having sex with another woman? So she cheated on her girlfriend who she was just about to move in with? Wow. She really is her father's daughter. And it's not exactly explained what happened to Danny, at least not yet. Given the fact that we haven't heard from her again and we haven't seen her again, she might have been killed during G-Day. Okay. I got the one at the tip of the finger, and then there's this one. Sans Reach. Where is this one? Did I get this one? Oh, wait. Tranquility Cove. This looks like one I didn't pick up. Where is this? Tranquility Cove. I don't think I picked this one up. How the hell did I miss this one? So they find a way out of the tower, out of the subway, and they make their way to the building, the tower that Hiroshi works at. And what floor does he work on? Well, he loved his view, so that kind of implies he worked at the very top. And they climbed their way up to the top in no time, because this place is abandoned. Ain't no electricity making the elevators function. There we go. Okay, let me finish talking about the show and then I'll call it for tonight. I think I'll have to save Wonder Man for next time. In the meantime, let's take a look at those shiny legendaries we spent so long getting. I should probably save the game too. So they make it to the top of the tower, like I said, in no time. They make it into Hiroshi's office. So Kentaro assumes, hey, we found a secret safe behind a poster in his office in Japan. There's probably one here as well. Rips off a poster on the wall. Oh no, there's nothing here. And as he ripped off the poster on the wall, there a lot of push pins fell onto the floor, which, like, that's dangerous. One of you guys could have stepped on that. Look at these gold little fellas. Oh, wow, you are bigger than I thought. Look at these shiny fellas we spent so long to get, except for you, Palkia. Yes! Shiny legendaries, yes! This is what my life is all about. They realize that the poster they ripped off the wall kind of looks like, well, not exactly star patterns or like, you know. But they realize to us, it's the same patterns that we saw Bill and Keiko compare notes with. Well, actually, Kentaro has this genius idea of all these people are able to figure out exactly what they need, exactly when they need it. Kentaro realizes, hey, if I just do this, if I poke some holes through a paper in this certain order based on this other sheet of paper, and he uses a sunlight, you are tiny compared to these guys. If he uses a sunlight from the sun rising, the holes that he poked in the paper actually shine lights onto certain places. Why did that go back in? Shine lights on certain spots of the map. And with that on the map, he's able to see a pattern. San Francisco, Alaska, the next spot on the map, Africa. This is probably the flight plan, the flight path Hiroshi took. So that now they need to go to Africa. So they meet back up with Caroline and James. Actually, now is the time Kate tells her mother that her father's alive and she's going to find him. She does also ask her mother, "Are you and James?" implying that I'm not gonna lie. James looks much younger than Caroline, but Caroline's just like, he's waiting until I'm ready. Which, you know what? Good for him. Good for them both. You know, there was a line also where James was like, "Hey, tell your mom, I'll be seeing her tonight." So I thought that was a joke. A serious joke. Not really, because they work together, but like now we know for sure, yeah, there is something between them. Anyways, I'm probably forgetting a bunch of stuff, but that's pretty much it for the episode. I'll talk about the next episode of Wonder Man next time. Alright, so this time we collected all of the wisps. The wisps, Obsidian Fieldlands, Crimson Mirelands, Cobalt Coastlands. So we still have Coronet Highlands and Alabaster Icelands. And then once we're done the wisps, we will go after all of the unknowns. Once we have those two done, then we can start catching some Pokemon to complete our Pokedex. It feels good to come back to this game, you know? It's gonna take me some time to get used to the controls again, not gonna lie. Alright, so I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, where we continue our quest for Shiny Enamorus from Pokemon Home. See you guys next time.